We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
We feel that there is a very important gap in the market where there is a demand for safe, convenient, and competitive cross-border payments.
Through PagoFX, we continue to expand our already strong payments business without the need to have a Santander bank account.
We're going to be able to offer the trust, convenience, and speed of a bank. We are regulated at a much higher level than any of the other payment providers that are non-banks.
PagoFX will first launch in the UK. You will be able to send money from the UK to 19 countries from the Eurozone: Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Poland, and to the US.
The main benefits of PagoFX are simplicity. You can make payments in 3 clicks. The transparency of the actual payment and fees that are charged. You'll see that all the way through the process. You'll know exactly where your payment is and when it will arrive. And then the security of those payments.
By Santander is an assurance that our product lives up to the high standards, rigor, regulatory compliance, and customer focus that you would expect from a business created by Santander.
It's pronounced Pago and not Paygo. Pago means pay in Spanish, and we're a Spanish-founded bank, and also because FX is actually what it does. So it's basically pay in a different currency.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher, and guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family. It's a very imperative time that we get back to learning finances and understanding how the world really works, because once you understand how the world really works, you know everything is planned out. Now guys, we're going to get into Ripple first before we get into Bitcoin. Now basically we see that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, as I've said plenty of times, Ripple is nothing but an extension of the New World Order, the new global payment system, part of the, of course, XRPL, that's going to bridge the assets. But basically came out and stated that he is going to be suing YouTube due to the false giveaway. Now, as we know, I looked at all the articles, I pulled up every article there is. Now, one article said Google, it said YouTube, and as we know, Google owns YouTube, you know, Alphabet, if you want to be technical. But the fact is that Google, of course, was one of the first investors, 55 million, as Ripple as a startup. So the fact is, guys, like I always state, this is all planned. This is all a distraction. So while he's saying that they're going to be suing YouTube, you have PagoFX signs a deal with Santander, where they're already using their fintech bank. So which supposed to be, of course, with Ripple. So guys, you cannot get distracted. Basically, I know it's a lot of XRP fans out there. XRP is going to have a fixed rate. That's why I'm not into the $10, $100, $500. It's going to be a fixed price. The guy who had, I think it was maybe either, I think 100 and some thousand worth of XRP, he sued for a reason. If it was going to go as high as everybody said it was going to go, he would have never sued. That doesn't make any sense when you think about it. But the fact is, it's definitely just a distraction, of course, for the New World Order. Now, getting into Bitcoin, guys, if you're looking at the actual stable coins, we went down to 99.8, which gave us a little left, but it went right back above $1. So right now we are steady. So the stable coins, remember, is the indicator that shows us whether the market is going to dump or whether it's going to pump. That's how we got the pump in 2017. It's no difference. Nothing has changed. Now, basically getting into, I've seen a lot of questions as far as with the oil. Guys, oil, yes, dropped down below zero, negative $40, and of course it's up now. But the fact is, don't forget, I just want to make sure that we understand something. And this is basically being part of the, use your consciousness. Basically, lights, water, gas, Those are free things that God gave you. That's part of the land. So when they drop it down to zero or negative, they didn't pay for it anyway. They just go in, monopolize it, and then these families sell it to us. So if all the masses decide, okay, I'm not paying for anything because you didn't pay for it, guess what? We wouldn't have a light bill. We wouldn't have a gas bill. No electric bill. All this is free. It's all free. Remember when Nikola Tesla wanted to bring free electricity? He was killed for it. So don't forget about that. Earth, wind, fire, air, spirit. That's the five elements. Of the universe. Now, basically, I go over Cobalt. You had Apple, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, and Dell sued over Cobalt mining due to the children mining in the Congo. And basically, guys, I just want to make sure that we understand we're moving away from oil. Saudi Aramco went public. I've been over this plenty of times. It's in my books, also on my website, btcteacher.com. I advised that oil was, of course, we're going to be moving away from oil and we're going to electric. Now, this deal goes into effect, Cobalt, in 2021. Guys, this is all planned out. Never forget that. Everything is planned out. So, guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the book Cryptoteacher and the NWO book. Also, I want to thank those who purchased both. Also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Thanks a lot. Much love. Also, don't forget about the cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. If you're new to the crypto market, the link's at the bottom. Also, basically, don't forget about your stocks, your chip stocks, Cobalt, gaming, the bank stocks. Never bet against the banks. They always win. Basically, everybody's sitting at home, so don't forget about those stocks. You have the C word, so don't forget about the biotech stocks. Also, basically, when you have over 6 million people, well, more than that now, unemployed, anxiety, depression, what do people do? They drink and they smoke weed, so don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.
It's a mine, a cobalt mine in Voisey Bay?
Yeah, Voisey's Bay. So it's in Newfoundland, actually, Newfoundland, Labrador. But it's actually a nickel mine that produces cobalt as a byproduct of that nickel mining.
In substantial amounts, or?
It would produce, it will produce somewhere around 2% of the world's cobalt production, so yes.
So 60% comes from the Congo at this point, going to 80%.
Yeah, it's actually closer to 70 or 71 or 72% today, and head north of 80% coming from the Congo.
Not optimal over there in terms of environmental or child labor.
Yeah, you have political concerns, you've got power and infrastructure concerns, certainly ethical sources of mining and environmental challenges.
They promise that it's getting better, but is it?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say. There are a number of companies that are trying to formalize the artisanal mining sector in the DRC, but it's got its challenges. There's rumored to be 20 to 30,000 kids that mine these mines in the DRC.
It's
absolutely.
dirty.
You're talking of putting a 12-year-old boy down a small hole to, with an axe and shovel.
Your company itself, are you a mining company, or do you buy the production from other places that actually mine? How does is this an investment vehicle?
It's an investment vehicle.
Cobalt 27.
That's right. So we invest in primarily nickel mines that are producing cobalt as a byproduct, and we also have the world's second largest storage of cobalt that's stored in warehouses in Europe and here in the U.S.
There are limits of the amounts of cobalt in the United States. I mean, it's constantly cited as a potential problem if we're going to translate to more and more electric vehicles. What do you say to that?
Absolutely. The U.S. doesn't really have any significant cobalt production. Most of it is coming from the DRC and places like Russia and Canada and Madagascar and PNG and other countries. So the U.S. used to have a strategic stockpile that they sold in the last couple of decades. It's going to be a challenge if you think about the OEMs and trying to lock up that supply chain for their lithium-ion batteries.
Will it be an issue that limits how many electric vehicles we can have?
I don't think so. There's enough cobalt in the world, and cobalt will react like every other commodity in the world, which is in a case where you have significant demand coming online, the price has just got to be high enough to incentivize that new production.
This deal doesn't kick in until 2021?
That's correct. And the Voisey's Bay deal, it's a 2021 deal.
2021 deal, and you're not actually, you don't have relationships with OEMs now, car OEMs now, but you're in discussions, but can't really talk about which one.
It would be fair to say that we talk to every major automaker around the world. They're all focused on the supply chain, specifically as it relates to Cobalt because of its challenges.